Dear students, today we are going to talk about phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca from mollis or mollusks. It means soft. These are basically soft-bodied animals with a hard shell around their soft body. Here you can see on the side, follow my cursor, you can see a snail which is having a shell around its body, and then you can see the soft body is coming out of it. It has capacity to retract its body back into the shell so that it is protected. So these are the soft-bodied animals with a hard shell. If we talk about their habitat, these are mostly aquatic. It means that they are living in the water, and few are terrestrial. There are few which are living outside the water, like snails are generally living in the soil and come out on the surface sometimes. But the majority is actually aquatic. It means that they are living inside the water. The body is soft and there is no segmentation. As you know that in previous phyla, there was segmentation, there are segments in the body, but in mollusks, there is no segmentation. If we talk about their grade of organization, it's organ system grade. It means that they do have organs which are joining together to make a system. For example, they do have a digestive system. Okay, go next. If we talk about the more characteristics, the germ layers, these animals are triploblastic. Triploblastic means that they are having three body layers, which are ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Ectoderm, outside layer, mesoderm, middle layer, and endoderm, the inner layer. If we talk about the symmetry, then they are bilaterally symmetrical, which means that we can hypothetically divide their bodies into two equal halves. If we talk about their body regions, body is divided into three main regions. Three regions. First one, the head, which is the anterior region. There is a muscular foot which can come out and help them into movement. And then the visceral mass, that is all the other body systems like digestive system is there, circulatory system is there, and other things. These are called the visceral mass. Then if we talk about the body covering, the external most layer, the body is covered by a mantle. The soft body parts are covered by a thin membrane which is called mantle. And then after the mantle, I mean outside to the mantle, there is a shell which is the hard coat, we can say, or the hard covering of the body. If we talk about their respiration, they use gills which are sometimes also called ctenidia. So ctenidia are the gills which are present in the mantle cavity. I mean, gills are present basically between the visceral mass and the mantle. So there's mantle outside. After the shell, there is mantle. After mantle, there are gills, and then comes the visceral mass. Terrestrial forms may have a very primitive kind of lung-like structure. If we talk about the digestive system, as we know that these are free living organisms, it means that they do have a complete and developed digestive system which is present there. It means that they can take in the food, digest it. Digest mean break it down into smaller pieces and then absorb it. So they do have a complete and developed digestive system. If we talk about the circulatory system, this is of closed type. It means that blood is always there inside the vessels and never come out of the vessel. There is a pumping structure which is called heart, and then there are we can say there is a blood vessel. So the blood circulates inside the vessels always, don't come out like insects. In insects, we know that blood comes out in the body cavity and then goes back in the vessels. But in mollusks, it is always there, just like annelids. It is always there inside the blood vessels. The heart consists of one or two atria or one ventricle. So heart is having one atrium and one ventricle, or two atria and one ventricle. Excretion is by a pair of metanephridia, a simple form of kidney. The nervous system consists of three pairs of ganglia. One is cerebral, that is, it is present inside the head. The other is visceral. It means that this is present inside the visceral mass. And the third is pedal. Pedal means about the foot. So the third one is present inside the foot. So there are three ganglia which are connected to each other by the nerves. Cerebral in the head, visceral in the visceral mass, and pedal in the foot. And all are connected by nerves to each other. Here we end the part 1. In part 2, we'll talk about more characteristics.